It starts in the morning, doesn't it? The feeling that your eyes are open, but your brain is still fast asleep. You look out the window of your own mind, but it's covered in a thick, stubborn fog. The thoughts are there, somewhere, but they move like they're trapped in molasses. The simple clarity you need to just plan your day. It's gone. You tell yourself it's just a slow start, but deep down, a quiet fear begins to simmer. Then it happens at lunch, with family or friends. You're telling a story, and the perfect word, a word you've used 1,000 times, is right there, on the very tip of your tongue. You can almost taste it, but it vanishes. It's like a short circuit in your head, a radio dial that just produces static. You can feel the heat rise in your face as you stumble, trying to find a replacement, hoping no one noticed. But you noticed, and the fear gets a little louder. And what about that sudden flicker? You stand up from your favorite chair, maybe a little too quickly, and the world just dips. A wave of dizziness washes over you, forcing you to grab onto the armrest, your heart pounding. Your body is screaming a warning. It's the same warning you feel in your hands and feet, that persistent, deep-seated cold that no blanket can seem to warm. It's a cold that comes from the inside out, a sign that your body's central heating is failing. If you feel any of this, I need you to listen to me very closely. This is not just a normal part of aging, and it is absolutely not your fault. You are not fading away. That terrifying shadow you feel looming, the one that whispers names like dementia or Alzheimer's, is not your destiny. It is a symptom. It is a cry for help from your body, and today, you are going to learn how to answer it. I'm a doctor, but more importantly, I've spent the last 2 decades of my life dedicated to one mission: helping people over 60 thrive, not just survive. I don't focus on masking symptoms. I focus on reversing the root cause. And the root cause of this brain fog, this forgetfulness, is not what you've been told. It's a traffic problem inside your body, and we are about to clear the jam. What if I told you the solution was hidden in a simple gesture, a 1-minute habit that a wife left for her husband as a final, loving instruction? A secret that science now proves can reignite your brain's energy, clearing that fog and sharpening your thoughts. The most powerful step is the last one I'll reveal, and I promise it will surprise you. Before we uncover this protocol, I need you to make a commitment, not to me, but to yourself. Commit to your health right now. Click that subscribe button so you do not miss a single step of this life-changing information. Press the like button if you are ready to feel clear-headed and energized again. And go to the comments right now and tell me, which symptom do you feel the most? The brain fog, the dizziness, or that frustrating search for a lost word? I will read every single one. Now, I want you to understand exactly what is happening inside your body, because knowledge is the first step to taking back control. The problem isn't that your brain is getting old. The problem is that your brain is slowly, silently starving. The medical term for this is chronic cerebral hypoperfusion. It simply means your brain, which is the most energy-hungry organ you have, consuming 20% of all your oxygen, is not getting enough nutrient-rich blood to function properly. It's a delivery problem, not a brain problem, and we can fix a delivery problem. Think of your circulatory system as a massive network of highways. The inner lining of these highways, your arteries, is a living, intelligent tissue called the endothelium. A healthy endothelium is smooth and flexible, and its most important job is to produce a miracle molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the signal that tells your arteries to relax, to open up, to let the blood flow freely. But over time, due to inflammation and stress, this lining gets damaged. It becomes sick, and it stops producing the nitric oxide you desperately need. When your body doesn't have enough nitric oxide, your arteries don't get the signal to relax. They remain in a state of constant tension, a state of being squeezed shut. This is called chronic vasoconstriction. The main highways turn into narrow country lanes, especially the tiniest capillaries deep inside your brain. The blood flow slows to a trickle. Oxygen and nutrients can't get in, and toxic waste products can't get out. This is the very source of that brain fog and dizziness. Your brain is literally gasping for air. To make matters worse, another process is taking place. It's called arterial calcification. Imagine calcium as a building material. It's supposed to be delivered to the construction site of your bones to keep them strong, but without the right GPS molecule to guide it, this calcium gets lost and ends up being dumped in the walls of your arteries. It makes them hard, stiff, and brittle, like old, sun-baked plastic pipes that could crack at any moment. This stiffness prevents them from expanding and contracting properly, worsening the traffic jam to your brain. And there's one more piece to this puzzle. The blood doesn't just need to get to your brain, it needs to get back to your heart efficiently to be reoxygenated. The journey from your feet back up to your chest is a battle against gravity. To help with this, your body has a second heart hidden in your calves. It's a powerful muscle pump that is supposed to squeeze the veins and propel blood upwards. But if you're not using it correctly, blood pools in your legs, the whole system gets overloaded, and the delivery of fresh, oxygenated blood to your brain suffers even more. Let me put this all together for you with an image I want you to hold in your mind. Imagine your brain is a beautiful, lush garden, full of vibrant flowers we call memories. Your arteries are the garden hoses that water it. Over the years, these hoses have become stiff and clogged with sludge. That's the calcium and plaque. The faucet, your heart, might not have the same pressure it once did. And to make it all worse, the water itself, your blood, has become thick and low on nutrients. What is the inevitable result? The garden begins to dry out, the flowers wilt, the memories fade. Do you see it now? The problem isn't the garden. Your brain is not destined to wither away. The problem is the irrigation system that keeps it alive. The fog you feel, the words you lose, the dizziness that scares you. It is all a symptom of a garden that is desperately thirsty. And the wonderful news, the truly life-changing news, is that we can fix it. We are going to teach you, step by step, how to unclog those hoses, enrich the water, and let your beautiful garden bloom once again. Now we are going to start fixing that irrigation system. We are going to open up those hoses and enrich the water flowing to your brain. This isn't some complicated medical procedure. It is a simple, 3-step protocol. It is the very protocol that a loving wife, a woman named Eleanor, wrote down for her husband Arthur before she passed. She saw him starting to fade, and this was her legacy of love, her way of ensuring his mind remained as bright and vibrant as she always knew it to be. The first instruction she left was about activating what scientists call your second heart. It is a powerful muscle hidden in plain sight, in your calves. It's called the soleus muscle, and its job is to fight gravity. Every time you contract it, you are squeezing the deep veins in your legs, forcefully pushing that old, oxygen-poor blood back up towards your heart and lungs to be refreshed. This simple action takes an immense load off your heart and dramatically improves the entire circulatory system, ensuring a powerful, steady flow of fresh, oxygenated blood can finally reach your brain. So, here is what you are going to do, starting today. 3 times a day, I want you to perform 20 slow, controlled calf pumps. You don't even need to stand up. While sitting in your favorite chair, keep your feet flat on the floor. Now, slowly raise your heels as high as you possibly can, feeling that squeeze in your calf muscles. I want you to hold it at the very top for 2 seconds. 1, 2, then slowly lower them back down. Do this first thing in the morning, while sitting on the edge of your bed before you stand. Do it again after lunch, and one last time in the evening. This is step 1. You are turning on your second heart. Eleanor's second instruction for Arthur was a morning elixir, an artery unclogging drink that looks as vibrant as it is powerful. It is simply raw beet juice with a squeeze of fresh lemon. The magic is in the chemistry. Beets are packed with something called inorganic nitrates. When you drink the juice, beneficial bacteria that live on your tongue convert these nitrates into nitrites. Then, when the nitrites reach the acid in your stomach, a beautiful reaction occurs. They are converted into pure nitric oxide, that miracle molecule we talked about. It is the most powerful vasodilator your body has. It is the direct signal that tells your stiff, constricted arteries to relax and open wide. The vitamin C from the lemon is not just for flavor. It acts as a powerful protector and booster for the nitric oxide, making it last longer and work more effectively in your system. So, every morning, on an empty stomach to get the maximum effect, you will drink 1 8-ounce cup of this elixir. You can juice it yourself, 1 or 2 raw beets and the juice of 1 whole lemon. And listen to this carefully, it is crucial. Do not use an antiseptic mouthwash anywhere near the time you drink this. That mouthwash kills the very bacteria on your tongue that you need to start this whole life-giving process. The final step in this legacy of love is the calcium GPS mineral. This addresses that dangerous problem of calcium ending up in the wrong place, turning your arteries into stone. The mineral is magnesium, but the form is critical. You must look for either magnesium bisglycinate or, for an even more targeted brain benefit, magnesium L-threonate. Magnesium is a master mineral. It acts as a natural calcium channel blocker, physically preventing calcium from entering the muscle cells of your arteries and forcing them to constrict. It tells them to relax. But it does something even more profound. It acts like a traffic cop for calcium. It helps activate the enzymes that ensure calcium gets delivered to your bones where it belongs, not dumped in your arteries and brain. For this, you will take 200 to 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium about 1 to 2 hours before you go to sleep. The bisglycinate form is wonderful because it also promotes deep, restorative sleep, which is when your brain cleans itself out and consolidates memories. The L-threonate form is the premium choice, as it's been shown to cross the blood-brain barrier and directly nourish your brain cells. Now, I need you to stop what you are doing and listen to this warning. This is a mistake that I see countless well-meaning people make, and it is dangerously accelerating the very problem they are trying to fix. Please, stop taking calcium supplements by themselves. I know you've been told it's for your bones, but taking calcium without its essential cofactors is like ordering a truckload of cement for a construction site, but firing all the workers. The cement just gets dumped anywhere, clogging up the whole area. That is what happens inside your body. Without enough vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form, and magnesium, that supplemental calcium has no direction. Vitamin K2 is the foreman of the construction site. It activates a protein that acts as a GPS, grabbing calcium out of your bloodstream and arteries and carefully escorting it into your bone matrix. Without K2 and magnesium, that calcium builds up in your arterial walls. You think you are preventing osteoporosis, but you are literally petrifying your arteries, and in doing so, you are suffocating your brain. So let's put this all together. Let's transform this knowledge into a simple, powerful daily ritual. This is the exact routine Arthur followed, a blueprint for reclaiming your mental clarity. It is not complex. It is a series of deliberate, healing actions you will weave into your day. I want you to see this not as a list of chores, but as a promise you are making to yourself, to your brain, and to your future. Your new life begins in the morning. Before your feet even touch the floor, while you are still sitting on the edge of your bed, I want you to perform your first act of healing. Place your feet flat on the ground and do 20 slow, deliberate calf pumps. Feel that gentle squeeze waking up your entire body from the ground up. This is you, turning on your second heart. Then, on an empty stomach, you will drink your 8-ounce glass of fresh beet and lemon juice. See its vibrant red color as what it is. A flood of life-giving nitric oxide, ready to open every highway to your brain. In the afternoon, often after lunch, that familiar wave of drowsiness can set in. This is a sign that your circulation is being diverted to your digestion. You are going to fight back. Wherever you are sitting, take a moment to perform your second set of 20 calf pumps. It is a simple 2-minute reset. Instead of feeling foggy and sluggish, you are actively pushing fresh, oxygenated blood back up to your brain, helping you stay sharp, focused, and energized for the rest of your day. Then, as your day winds down, you will complete the cycle. 1 to 2 hours before you go to sleep, perhaps while you read or watch television, do your final set of 20 calf pumps. This ensures your circulation remains robust even as you rest. And then, with a glass of water, you will take your 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium bisglycinate or L-threonate. This is your final instruction to your body. Relax the arteries and prepare for a night of deep, restorative, brain-cleansing sleep. I need you to understand this. Transformation begins with the very first step, but it is built with consistency. In just a few short days of following this, I want you to pay close attention to your body. You will start to feel a subtle warmth returning to your hands and feet. That is not your imagination. That is the physical proof that blood is reaching places it hasn't reached in years. That is the feeling of your garden's irrigation system being turned back on. This isn't just a health plan. It's the rediscovery of a legacy. The loving gesture Arthur found in an old notebook is the same one you can start today, so that your story, your memories, and your wisdom can continue to be told with the clarity, presence, and vibrant mind you deserve. So please, begin today. And once you have made this routine a part of your life, there is one final piece to this puzzle we must put in place. The foods you eat can either be the building blocks for a sharper mind or the very sludge that clogs your arteries all over again. In this next video, right here, I reveal the 3 so-called health foods that are secretly suffocating your brain. Click on it now. It is the essential next step on your journey back to yourself.